Good afternoon students, I am Dr. Radhika Deshmukh, Assistant Professor, Sri Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Akola. Today we have to study here Unit 6 of SEM 5th. The heading of this unit is Feedback in Amplifiers, Oscillators and Multivibrators. That is, 3 parts we have to study here. First part is amplifier, second is oscillator and third is multivibrators. So, the content of this unit is, first one is feedback in amplifier, oscillators and multivibrator. Under this heading feedback in amplifier, firstly we have to study what is amplifier, introduction of amplifier, what is feedback, what is positive and negative feedback, then effect of feedback on gain of amplifier, advantages of negative feedback, voltage feedback and current feedback. Now, after studying this feedback in amplifier, the next topic is oscillator. Under the heading oscillator, then again we have to study what is this oscillator, its introduction and different types of oscillators, Hartley oscillator, Colpitt's oscillator, phase shifts oscillator and Wien bridge oscillator. The third part of this unit is multivibrator. What are that multivibrator? Its introduction. Then we have to study different types of multivibrator. What is a stable multivibrator, monostable multivibrators, bistable multivibrators. So, first part that we are going to study in this unit is regarding to amplifier. See here, there is a symbolic representation of amplifier in electronic circuit and that is given here. After observing this symbol, it is observed that we are giving the input and we get output on the other side. So what is this amplifier is? Amplifier is an electronic circuit or device which is used to increase the magnitude of signal applied to its input. Now, these amplifiers are used in wireless communications and broadcasting and in audio equipment. Amplifier is an electronic device that increases the voltage, current or power of signal. It means when we give input, then we get large amount of output. This is the main function or principle of amplifier. In this part, we have to study different types of amplifier: voltage amplifier, current amplifier, power amplifier. If it amplify voltage, then it is a voltage amplifier. If it amplify the input current, then it is a current amplifier. In this way, there are different types of amplifiers: audio frequency amplifier, intermediate frequency amplifier, radio frequency amplifier, ultrasonic amplifier and wide band amplifiers. The second part of this unit is oscillator. This is symbolic representation of oscillator we use in our circuit. Now, what is this oscillator? Oscillator is an electronic device which is used to produce a periodic oscillating electronic signal which often gives us a sine wave or square wave. This oscillator converts DC from power supply to AC. It means we give direct current to the supply and after that, after oscillating, we will get alternating current or AC signal. Oscillators are widely used in many electronic devices, that is in clock generations to digital instruments and complex computers and peripherals, etc. Common examples of signals generated by oscillators include signal broadcast by radio and television transmitters, clock signals that regulate computers and quartz clocks, and sound produced by electronic pipes and video games. Now these oscillators are of two types: linear harmonic oscillator and non-linear relaxation oscillator. Under the heading linear harmonic oscillator, there are different types of oscillators that we will study in this part. That is Armstrong oscillator, Clap oscillator, Colpitts oscillator, cross couple oscillator, Dantron oscillator, Hartley oscillator. Again, the linear or harmonic oscillators are of, that is optoelectronic oscillator, PSC oscillator, phase shift oscillator, Robinson oscillator, tritate oscillators, Faker oscillator, Winch bridge oscillator. Not all these, but some types of these oscillators we have to study in this unit. The second type of oscillator is relaxation oscillator. These relaxation oscillators consist of multivibrator, Pearson-Anson oscillator, ring oscillator or delay line oscillator. Third part of this unit is multivibrator. See here, this is symbolic representation of multivibrator. This is a stable multivibrator. Then what is this multivibrator is? Multivibrator means exactly what? Multivibrator is nothing but a circuit that are basically two-stage amplifiers with positive feedback from output of one amplifier to the input of other amplifier. Positive feedback is applied in such a way that when one transistor is in saturated state, the other is in cutoff state. In this unit, we have to study different types of multivibrators, that is astable multivibrators, monostable multivibrators or bistable multivibrators. The heading of our unit is feedback in amplifiers, oscillators and multivibrators. So what is this feedback? Feedback means exactly what? What are the different types of feedback? Feedback means when some portion of output of an amplifier is combined with the input, the process is known as feedback. Feedback is obtained through the network. The amplifier in which the feedback is incorporated are called as feedback amplifiers. Types of feedback: there are two types of feedback, positive feedback and negative feedback. Then what are these positive or negative feedback? Positive feedback, when the feedback voltage is in phase with the original input voltage, the feedback is called positive feedback. Then what about the negative feedback? When the feedback voltage is 180 degree or out of phase with the original input voltage, called as negative feedback. We have to distinguish here between the positive and negative feedback. These are the some parameters under the heading of which I distinguish here positive feedback and negative feedback. The parameter first is overall phase shift. For positive feedback it is 0 or 180 degree and for negative feedback it is 180 degree. Second parameter is input and output voltage or noise. It increases in positive feedback and in case of negative it will be decreases. Feedback signals and output signals in positive feedback are in phase. In negative feedback these are out of phase. Now gain increases, it is the power gain, voltage gain, it increases in positive feedback and in negative feedback it decreases. Stability of the circuit, it is poor in positive feedback but it is better in negative feedback. Applications are used of positive feedback is in oscillator and negative feedback is in what? Amplifiers. Here I have shown you the symbolic representations or diagram, a circuit diagram for positive and negative feedback. After observing this diagram, you have to see that difference, how it will be distinguished, positive and negative feedback. So dear students, this is the introduction of our unit. Under the heading of feedback in amplifier, oscillator and multivibrator, we have to study all these part in detail in this unit. So in the next lecture we will start this part, and we are going to start from the amplifier. Okay, thank you.